Hello, and today we're gonna be reacting to SCP-2119, transmitting Parasite. This is apparently a Keter class, which used to be a Euclid, but now it's Keter, which is a neurological parasitic SCP, so that sounds pretty interesting to me. So let's go.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-2119. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. To date, containment of SCP-2119 is not a viable possibility.
Oh, okay, so they can't contain it? Kind of makes sense because it's like a parasite, so it's gonna be kind of hard to do so.
However, all Foundation facilities are to monitor radio frequency 514.1875 MHz for SCP-2119 transmissions. If discovered, Mobile Task Force Epsilon 734 Vanishing Act shall be dispatched to collect and contain individuals broadcasting the signal. In cases in which containment would draw unacceptable levels of attention to Foundation activities, targets will be monitored until such time that containment is possible. Persons found to be broadcasting SCP-2119 transmissions are to be remanded to a quarantine facility.
Oh,
Agents are
okay.
permitted to use tranquilizing darts and non-lethal ballistics on non-compliant Foundation staff infected with SCP-2119. Any persons broadcasting SCP-2119 transmissions are to be handled only by personnel wearing Level 3 hazardous material suits. Specimens of SCP-2119, unless engaged in testing procedures, are to be stored individually in hermetically sealed containers of RF-shielded glass with an attenuation coefficient of 1.1 or higher for radio waves with a frequency.
Okay, so these just seem like, like parasites that like produce some type of like frequency, right? And it like somehow affects other people's minds as well.
Of 514.1875 MHz. All testing shall be conducted in hermetically sealed chambers composed of steel-reinforced concrete walls to guarantee complete radio wave absorption of SCP-2119 transmissions. All personnel handling specimens of SCP-2119 are required to wear Level 3 hazardous material suits. Description: SCP-2119 is a parasitic organism that embeds itself in the human corpus callosum. Specimens range from 5 to 15 millimeters in length, are gray in color, and possess a segmented body, 6 multi-jointed legs, and antennae-like protrusions from the head and abdomen. On the underside of each specimen are 6 barbed hooks that it uses to attach itself to its host's brain. Instances of
Oh, ew.
SCP-2119 contain both organic material, 97% biologically identical to Gryllus rubens, southeastern field cricket, and technological elements including silicon components of an unknown nature
Huh?
and platinum wiring.
Oh, ew. So it's like a cyborg kind of, but parasite form. Cause it has biological like matter, and it also just has like random like things that shouldn't like be in a biological thing, right? Like silicon and platinum wiring should not be in like a living organism. So it's kind of like a cyborg, right? Which is I find kind of interesting.
As such, researchers conclude that entities are most likely manufactured.
Oh, okay.
Instances are capable of problem-solving abilities that allow it to pursue a potential host while evading detection. When in the vicinity of SCP-2119, human beings not wearing Level 3 hazardous material suits will begin to show marked drowsiness after 3 to 8 minutes of exposure, with
Ooh.
100% of subjects losing consciousness by 12 minutes.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that's pretty scary. That just being near these things can cause you to be unconscious after 12 minutes of being next to one. which is I don't know how to feel about that, man. That's really scary, in my opinion.
Once the individual is unconscious, specimens of SCP-2119 will enter the subject's head via the nostrils
Ew.
or ear canal.
Okay, that's pretty
Subjects show
disgusting.
no distress during this process and will regain consciousness within 5 minutes. SCP-2119 will only infect unconscious human beings. Instances attempt to conceal themselves and will wait until a potential host succumbs to its sedative effect and will actively flee from those aware of its presence. When contained, SCP-2119 will investigate the limits of its enclosure. When no
Okay, so if you like know it's there and it will not like okay, so it only goes after unconscious people, and if you know it's there, it like doesn't like it goes away. So that's pretty interesting. Like there is a like you could like potentially like defend yourself from it if you know it's there, and like which is actually kind of cool. Like there's a way to kind of stop it maybe from like from it harming you if you like you stay awake long enough and like you notice it's there. But I don't know, maybe it is hard to, but maybe like it's really hard to notice if it's there or not. So
potential host or escape from its containment is found, the organism will attempt concealment and remain motionless. Specimens do not seem aware of cameras as a means of observation and will ignore most remotely controlled devices. As a result, the organism can be easily collected and stored when not embedded in a human subject. However, individuals not wearing Level 3 hazardous material suits that come into close contact with infected subjects have a 14% chance of spontaneous infection without an instance of
wait,
SCP-2119 physically entering.
what? Wait, hold on, what? So they can affect you while even being inside of you? That's really wild in my opinion. Like, how does that even work?
The body. As specimens seem to have no observable means of reproduction, how additional instances of SCP-2119 are produced is currently unknown, as is the exact means of transmission between hosts. Once embedded in a host, SCP-2119 will broadcast a 514.1875 MHz radio signal within a range of approximately 3 kilometers, consisting of a tone 155.56 Hz, wavelength 222 centimeters, lasting 0.5 seconds at 2-second intervals. It is believed that this signal is used to locate other instances of SCP-2119. Once a connection has been established, specimens will transmit a continuous stream of tones of variable lengths between instances ranging from 70 Hz to 1305 Hz, with wavelengths ranging from 480 to 25 centimeters. To this
So are they like communicating with each other? Or is that like just kind of like a thing they do? Because so far it seems like it doesn't really have like point to that right now. Like it just kind of does that. Ah,
date, no pattern or code has been discerned, and it is currently unknown if the transmission contains any coherent information or is entirely random. Hosts of SCP-2119 display no other symptoms. There is zero immunoresponse to the presence of the organism. Infected individuals
that's
display no anomalous effects.
dang. So not even the immune system knows it's there, which is kind of cool. So it doesn't even have to like avoid the immune system. Like it just can just sit there without any problems.
Behaviors, or attributes. Hosts demonstrate no awareness of infection. To date, any attempts to remove SCP-2119 from its host or deactivate it through non-invasive means have resulted in the immediate cessation of all of the host's electrical neurological activity. Once the host
Oh, oh, whoa. That took a 180. Holy shit. So if you just try to remove the thing, it just automatically kills you. Wow. Okay. So what happens? Wait. So there's just like no way of removing it? Dang. Okay.
Host is dead, SCP-2119 will exit the body and attempt to conceal itself somewhere in the environment, choosing to exit when there are no humans within close proximity. Until a means of deactivating SCP-2119 without killing the host is possible, containment is an impossibility due to widespread infection. At the date of this writing, individuals are confirmed as being infected and under surveillance, with an estimated cases of infection yet to be discovered. SCP-2119 was discovered at Site while exiting from the left ear of D9934
Ew.
after he died
Dude,
from
this
multiple
one is kind of disgusting, in my opinion. Like, just how they like go up the nose and come out the ear. I don't like that.
self-inflicted stab wounds. At first, thought to be a newly discovered anomalous effect of SCP, it was later determined that the organism was an unrelated phenomenon.
Okay, so I'm curious on what that SCP is now. I really want to know because apparently they thought it was some effect from a different SCP is why he stabbed himself, but they blanked it out. So I really want to know what SCP that is now.
And was classified SCP-2119. After testing, it was discovered Foundation staff and D-Class personnel were also infected. Staff were relocated to quarantine facility. D-Class personnel were reassigned to SCP-2119 for study. Incident 2119-14. On a redacted date, all known individuals infected with SCP-2119 simultaneously ceased all movement.
Oh, whoa.
Examination
Okay, so I'm starting to think now that the low frequency they emit when they're in the brain is like actually doing something now. Because that's really weird that they like people who are infected just suddenly just died on the spot.
showed subjects had extreme muscle rigidity and lacked pupillary response, reflex response, heartbeat, respiration, and brain activity. Throughout this event, subjects made simultaneous vocalizations. See transcript 2119. Current theory is that this was an unintentional transmission from the manufacturer of SCP-2119
Oh,
instances.
okay. That's
7
a
minutes, 12 seconds after cessation of movement,
that actually makes a lot of sense that that happened. So
subjects resumed normal behavior.
oh, so
Individuals showed no
okay,
signs of
so
injury or
they didn't die. Well, like they technically died, but then they came back, which is weird to say the least.
tissue damage due to lack of oxygen during the event. Interrogations of subjects led researchers to believe infected individuals are unaware of the event. Throughout the incident, SCP-2119 transmissions increased 312% in complexity. Transcript 2119. Incident 2119-14 redacted. Begin transcript 1403-12. Subjects infected with SCP-2119 simultaneously cease all movement. Subjects begin quietly murmuring. Researchers conclude this to be the vocal equivalent of ambient noise. 1404-1. Subjects inhale sharply, making a scraping noise with their throats. Researchers conclude this to be the vocal equivalent of the sound of a chair scraping on concrete. 1404-9. Hey, did you see where I left 1797? I had it in the bracket for cleanup
Is
and
that another SCP? Because it kind of sounds like it, right? You just said a number in a way like that's an SCP. So
now it's not there. 1404-17. Quieter. Yeah, there was a ton of flashing you missed on the connectors. I put it back in the Sol. If Reich sees that kind of shit, he'll have your head, man. Now is not the time to get noticed. Researchers conclude this disparity in volume to be the result of this speaker being farther from the broadcasting unit. 1404-26. Murmuring resumes. 1405, 10. Whatever. That guy. It's not our fault. We built them exactly how he told us to.
Oh, wait, wait, hold on, wait. Is this like? Oh wait, how do I put this? So it's like they're kind of like talk. Are they like talking about how they build the little parasites? Because they said it's not our fault. We built them exactly how he told us. Evacuate on death. His call. Oh, so is this like? Are they like? Dude, okay, this is actually like kind of messing with me, man. Like, so the this part right is like one of the researchers talking about how whoever told them to make the parasites or like telling them to evacuate on death. I don't know. This is really confusing.
Evacuate on death. His call, not ours. 1405, 20. Quieter. Dude, I get it. All I'm saying is keep your head low and don't f up on little shit. I've never seen him this twitchy. 1405, 28. Yeah. Grab me a Coke. 1405, 35. Subjects make various non-verbal vocalizations. Researchers conclude this to be the vocal equivalent of the sound of a small refrigerator opening and closing. One individual handing another individual an object, a carbonated beverage can being opened, and the sound of a human drinking. 1405, 57. Murmuring resumes with occasional clicking sounds. 1409, 46. What's with the feed? 1410, 20. Oh shit. End transcript. Following Incident 2119-14, the Foundation disseminated reports of a rise in viruses that may cause temporary stroke-like symptoms through major news organizations and social media.
Are they like evolving? Can they like transmit effects through like media now? That's really cool if that's like what they're doing. Right, okay.
SCP-2119 has been
And that's why it was upgraded from Euclid to Keter, because I think now they transmit their effects to like media. And now it's gonna be like even harder to contain or like track them because they can't be contained, right?
upgraded to Keter status, pending the approval of the Object Classification Board. Investigation into the identity of Reich is currently underway.
Ooh.
Addendum. As of by order of O5, researchers are to focus on disabling all instances of SCP-2119 simultaneously, using their signal as a means of transmitting a deactivating agent. Due to a lack of viable containment procedure and the possible awareness of the Foundation by an unknown group or entity, the survival of hosts is no longer a priority.
Oh, so they don't even give a fuck about the infected people. They just want to get the things away, like get the like parasites just dead, or like we're not dead, but like deactivating them or yeah, disabling them. That's what it said. So and yeah, I mean I get why because you know because like they said they think there is an unknown group or entity that are creating these things that know about the foundation, which is not good, right? So kind of makes sense, but I don't know if it's worth killing all the infected people though. That's a lot of lives that could be, ended immediately.
This concludes today's lecture. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are, and you are all dismissed. Goodbye.
All right, so yeah, that was really interesting SCP. I also really like that one too. Like, but it was kind of confusing to me. I don't know if I'm just dumb, but the part where like the guy was saying like, "Oh, like something programmed him to exit on death or whatever that part was. I like how they were talking about like that's how they told us to make it. That part is what I'm referring to. That part really confused me. I don't know if it's just 'cause I'm dumb and I don't know like it's like really obvious, but that part really confused me on what they were talking about there. But anyways, that's all I have for this reaction. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. And rate your video will be linked down below. And bye bye.